Radio Infinity proudly presents. Welcome to Side 1. Radio Infinity speaks. The one is brought to you by instruments. Without them, there'd be no YouTube radio channels. I'd like to say hello and hope everyone is safe and healthy out there. Flashback Recap. Double sized. Heartbeat and the Yes album. Just a few words. Let's go ahead and start with Heartbeat. We listened to this album, a compilation album, 2 weeks ago, and I gotta say, it was a fun album to listen to. A lot of soft rock favorites from the 80s, early 80s, actually. No, I take it back. Late 70s and maybe early 80s, 80, 81. And it had a lot of good songs on there. Some that I have on my iPhone, on my playlist. Um, and some of them that I don't, but would probably add to my playlist and listen to them more often in a shuffle rotation. So listening to this album, it brought back some good memories of the 80s and listening to them when I was younger, either in the car or at daycare. I think I've mentioned this before. At When I was growing up, I was at a daycare and they had the radio station on. And whenever we had I guess, our nap times or um, when we would take naps or sleep after a lesson or something, or after playtime outside, they would have the radio station on, and it was a mix radio station, but it sort of had the mix of older stuff from the 60s and 70s, and then 80s music that was of that time period. So I was listening to all these songs, which still to this day um, play a major impact in my music um, selection of what I play on the channel and of what records that I have in my collection, and what are some of my favorites. Listening, going back and listening to these songs that I listened to when I was younger. So this album had some good songs on there, and let's see. It was fun to listen to, and to listen to new stuff that I had not listened to. During the stream, there was a joke brought up about one of the Sirius XM's radio stations called Yacht Rock Radio, which most, if not all, these songs are on there. Because I have Sirius XM right now, at least for a trial period, and I've heard these songs play over and over and over again on that station. So that was a fun joke that was made, and I definitely laughed at it because it's true. Um, but that one definitely was a good album that I liked, and I would pop it on the turntable and listen to it again because it's sort of just um, a chill feeling, just a soft chill feeling that if you want to just relax, you can put it on there and then just listen to the music and then do whatever you want to do. Play a video game, read a newspaper, read a book, read comics, whatever. So that was a good album. Then last week, I played the Yes album, and by Yes, a um, British rock group from the late '60s, early '70s, um, on the Atlantic label, and I picked that album because there was a song on there on side two that I had listened to on the radio a while back that I had to do like a Shazam search on it in the car. Actually, I was in the car. It was playing in the car. I have Shazam on my smartphone, and the way Shazam works, like most people already know, is that you push the button, it starts listening to the song, and then it'll pop out the name of the song and the name of the group. So after hearing the song, I believe it's called All Good People. Uh, so the Yes album. It's the first song on side two, and that's the one that I like the most. So after hearing that, I've seen All Good People, and it's in two moves, Your Move and All Good People. So that's the one that I like the most. So I thought that since that learning later on in life, learning on later that one was a very popular album that defined the late 60s, early 70s, and psychedelic because it had all kinds of different sounds in there. That it was a good album to play and a good album to listen to because it just, it just made you think more and made you just appreciate the different sounds of that time period, of that era. So, yeah, that was a good album. Reasons, the reasons that we're here. A special thank you goes out to Earth, Wind, & Fire for that introduction. So, did you like the songs on Heartbeat? Yes, I did. Some of the songs on Heartbeat, for example, um, let's see, Heartbeat, like Sad Eyes by Robert John, Please Don't Go by Casey and the Sunshine Band. That was one of their hits. Dionne Warwick, Roberta Flack, Where Is the Love? I love that song too, and how she sings it. I guess she's the original. Gino Vanelli, I Just Want to Stop. I have that on my iPhone. Gloria Gaynor, I Will Survive. That's a classic. Air Supply. Air Supply is like a classic soft rock group. And Dr. Hook is also, I think he passed away within the past couple of years. So that was a great band too. Of course, Escape, the Pina Colada song. That one is very memorable because that's played everywhere. Al Stewart's Time Passages, and he also has Year of the Cat. Kenny Rogers, you can't go wrong with Kenny. Ruby, Don't Take Your Love to Town. And then Bob Welch being a part of the original Fleetwood Mac, Sentimental Lady. That was his big hit too. So that was definitely a great album, and there were some great songs on there. So I did like the songs on Heartbeat. So after hearing Heartbeat, do you have any soft rock favorites? Yeah, Air Supply has some good soft rock hits. Um, let's see who else has some good soft rock hits that they kind of are chill songs. Christopher Cross is another soft rock hit. I love most of his songs. I have most of his songs on my iPhone playlist. And who else that I can think of that's considered soft rock? Um, well, I guess for now, those two. I mean, but there's so many other artists that for sure that would be on there as well. Um, I guess Fleetwood Mac. Fleetwood Mac is kind of a rock, but they have some soft rock favorites too. So maybe I would add Fleetwood Mac into that category, soft rock slash rock. I guess soft rock, yeah. So Fleetwood Mac would be on there as well. Um, why did you pick the Yes album? I picked the Yes album because, well, first off, I have three Rubbermaid bins that pretty much houses about 100 records each, probably, and or more. And Yes is the last album alphabetically that I see, and it's the last album that is from back to forward. It's the one that's the most forward and is always looking at me. And I always remembered that song that I mentioned, All the Good People. Um, I've seen All Good People, that song, off of that album. So I thought, let's go ahead and play it. It's February. We just left compilation month in January. It's February. Let's do something new, something fresh. So I thought the Yes album would be a good way to start that. So that's how it popped into my mind to play it, but also that one song and just listening to the other songs and how their music just is phenomenal. So the last question, what did you think of the Yes album? Well, I liked it a lot. I liked side two more, or I liked it better than side one, ironically. But because of that one song, because of those group of songs, and um, but I love the guitar playing. I love the different instruments that were playing on there because you heard different kinds of instruments. I think I heard like a ukulele one time, and um, just how it was psychedelic, and they used different movements and different instruments and stuff like that to make the music sound great. The vocalist, the singer, he had a very cool sounding, interesting voice, and I just liked that a lot too. So it was a great album to listen to, and I think Yes is, and I think was or is a great band. So I would definitely recommend listening to this album. And there's one album from the '80s that I think I have, but I got to check. But they also had one big hit in the '80s too. So the hit from the '80s was called "Owner of a Lonely Heart," and I believe that was also the title of their album. If you check out Yes, check out this album and then the one from the '80s. So this has been a presentation of Side One, Radio Infinity Speaks.